Yo guys, what is up? With here another PrizePicks video on the channel. So I'm going to cover a few of the props that we have for Champions League Tuesday. We have a lot of games, a lot of big games with big teams on Tuesday. I think the biggest game for Wednesday is probably Real Madrid Liverpool. And I think Borussia's playing that day, but most of the big games are being played Tuesday, so we're going to go ahead and cover a few of them. So the first one that I want to cover is the Ousmane Diomande for Sporting. He is the center back defender for Sporting Lisbon. They're going up against Arsenal, and they are at home. And 54.5 pass attempted is the line. This is one that I'm leaning on the under for the reason that in Champions League he is averaging way less than this, way many less passes than this. I think in PSV that was a Champions League game, 12 passes, and then Manchester City obviously 21. And then in Lille, that's another Champions League matchup, but they were up 2-0. Lille is a team that's not up to the level of teams like maybe like Manchester City, even Arsenal, who are going to come and try to win that game, I would say. Although Sporting kind of, technically destroyed Manchester City. Manchester City is kind of falling apart before our eyes. And although Arsenal has had a few slip-ups here and there, they won the last matchup 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. And I don't think that Diomande, he would have the opportunity to get over 54.5. Even if Lisbon wins the game, even if they go up ahead, Arsenal is not going to sit back and kind of just wait for them to make a mistake. And I don't think that Lisbon is going to play a high line, trying to dominate the ball when, Arsenal has players like, Gabriel Jesus, fast players like Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, or Trossard. All players, Arsenal is a very, very well coached team, very well, they have their style of playing. And I do think that, Arsenal, although they average more possession in the Premier League, they're still averaging about the same, like 50% possession in Champions League, as opposed to Sporting, who average about over 60% in the league, but in Champions League, they're averaging, I believe, like less than 50% possession. And like I said, that comes to, the level of the competition. Obviously, PSV, Manchester City, better teams than, most of, Lisbon from the, bottom table up. Those are better teams. And, of course, Arsenal is going to come in and be a better team than most. So I do like the under 54.5 passes attempted for this defender. The next one that I want to cover is Axel Witsel, 60.5 passes attempted. This is a weird one that I've, also another thing in Champions League, he's kind of averaging less. As you see, against PSG, he had 20, although on some of those games he had less minutes. He didn't play the full 80 or 90. This is a game that's actually, weirdly enough, it's probably going to be close. They're within, one place with each other. Atletico is like one place ahead of Sparta in the Champions League. Sparta is at home, and Witsel has been playing more as a defender role, as a center back. He used to play more of central midfielder, defensive midfielder, but he's playing more as a center back now these days. And this one that I'm kind of leaning on the over. The line has been moving up. I think it was like at 59.5, around there. When I was looking at this, I think as I was looking at these props, he moved up to 60.5. Understandably so. Atletico is the most talented team, the more better team. They play a better competition day in and day out in La Liga. It's not Sparta doesn't do that. They don't play in the league like the Premier League or La Liga or Bundesliga or Serie A or anything like that, or even the League One. But this is one that if he's to play the whole 4 minutes, he's obviously going to get the touches because it is Atletico Madrid. They are a better team. They're probably seeking this to win. Atletico hasn't been the best in Champions League, and I feel they're looking to make this, although not going to be an easy game, they're looking to win this one, gain points where they can. So I do like the over on 60.5 pass attempting for Witsel. Now moving on to some of the props that I see, I've only seen on Underdog, but this is one that I like. 2.5 goals allowed against Bayern. PSG is at home, and a lot of the projections are for PSG to kind of concede a lot of goals, a lot of shots. But PSG, I feel like being at home, I don't think they would allow more than 2.5. Of course, this could be a high-scoring game, like I said, but I don't think that PSG is going to open up the gates and, just let Bayern Munich come into their house and, just shoot from left to right, give many opportunities to Harry Kane or any other players. And I don't think that Bayern Munich is going to go ahead and also, maybe, play a super high line as well. Although they probably do have the quality to do it. PSG still has some pretty good players on top, like Barcola. They have, although some players have injury, Marco Asensio is playing, but Ousmane Dembele as well. And PSG being at home, I do feel like 2.5 goals allowed is a bit of a high line for them. So I like the under on 2.5 goals allowed for Donnarumma on the day. And the last one, and this one, as you guys see, that I kind of put two of them for Rafinha, because Rafinha's not on player picks for some reason. I feel like player picks is deciding on their line, and I feel like I've been fading Rafinha over a lot, and I keep missing on that one. So this one, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up. Barca is gonna play a team that's not very well. They are good. They've been good in the Liga, especially last in the Ligue 1. They were kind of decent. Um, they were like on top half of the table in the League One. But considering they just came off a 2-2 matchup against Celta de Vigo, they kind of gave away that 2-0 lead. He did get a red card, but 3.5 shots attempted. He did have 5 in the last one, and he also in this goal assist, this is probably, although I do like both of these 3.5 shots attempted on the higher and the goals assist, I'm kind of liking the goals and assists one more, considering he took 5 shots in the last game and he did score. And in this one, either if he gets the assist or a goal, you probably hit the over on 0.5, which is a very good prop for me to take. Like I said, I've been fading Rafinha, and I feel like he's been the focal offense for Barcelona lately. But I like the over on both of these. More comfortably, I'll take the goals and assists, but I do like both of these whenever one of these comes up at PrizePicks. But with that, I leave you guys this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will put another video for the Wednesday matchups of Champions League. And just keep commenting, subscribing. I'll see. Maybe you guys can comment what other props you guys are seeing that pop up that take it off to see which ones. Probably ask which ones you guys probably want me to help with. But